Chase the score in the remaining 2 minutes. It's in. It's a 5.57. Silva here needs a 5.17. Under the lip hook, hollow section. Great vertical for the Brazilian. There's that sweep again. Building that rhythm through the wall. Just a 5.17 needed for the lead. Straight back. Wall's really opening up beautifully towards the tail end and reaches for the backhand float. I think we've got another lead.
Yeah, and I could easily see this as the best wave of the heat so far. Just a strong first turn on the outside. Great size of the wave. Got a little hung up, but recovered super well to just fit that second one in. Carves back, and then this midsection stayed a little flat. Something we really haven't seen during this morning so far, but recognized that he needed a strong finish, and this was a crucial part of the score right here. That floater was critical. It was under the lip, and he was inverted when he was doing it. But look at the strength of this first turn. That's what he did yesterday against Gabe to beat him, and that's what he's going to be doing right now to beat Leonardo Fioravanti.
Big, steep, critical sections. Judges eat that alive because it is so difficult to do what Silva just did. We'll see if that's just going to be the end of this semi.
Here's the replay, Joe. Smaller size set wave, but look at the aggressiveness on the opening maneuver. That thing was huge. I actually think from that perspective, judges can actually appreciate it a bit more. The rotation was perfect and then went to town on the wall. Beautiful layback, just hands behind his back, and look at how strong this kid is now. He was a boy a few years ago. Now he's a man, Joe. He's got that body complexion where it just suits this wave. And boy, is he going to get a great score to start this thing off. I mean, just based off of the quality of waves today, I can see this up in the 9-point range just based off of this one maneuver. Look at the height, the aggression, and as you said, landed with the lip line on top of it.
That was my favorite. Maybe in a beach break, you'd see that number pretty inflated. As we go into the pit with Jack Robinson. Bravo flies out of the barrel into a big vertical snap. Wraps it, now paces his way on this soft shoulder. Definitely famous for being one of the best tube riders in the world. Whether it's a Tahiti, pipeline, a right-hand point break, the box. He got to show it off on the takeoff here. Nice clean carve, just wants to stay on his feet. Jack Robinson looking to finish. And nice solid end section move.
Now, and look at this barrel right here, Joe. To me, the heaviest wave of the event so far. And what do we talk about? Deep and technical barrel rides. That was it from Jack Robinson. I'd have to say the hardest barrel to surf all event long. And I loved how composed he was after it. Did not rush anything. Knew that he just needed to finish it off. There's one super important turn right here, Joe, where he goes a little bit further back. Look at this after this one cutback. Look at how deep he gets right there off of the bottom turn, right in the pocket. Just a separate point of difference from what we've normally seen on the face of the wave. And as we know, Robinson had had difficulties in closing out heats before,
and they feel their team's winning.
Exactly. As we go into a rotation for Jack Robinson, he will get the air reverse. Draws the layback. And now back off the lip again. Robinson hunting a 7.37 here. Got a quick check to look at the sets with the downtime. Off the bottom, there's the wrap. Looking for a solid end section maneuver. He'll ride away.
And here we go.
Another two for Jack Robinson.
Yeah, and I love the aggressiveness with this rotation right there. Disconnected from the board real quick. Gorgeous combination right there. How was that bottom turn too? Didn't connect maybe the way you wanted to with a turn right there afterwards, and a great shot. Seeing the back-to-back waves between Jack Robinson and Silva. Personally, I thought that the wave from Silva was probably going to be his best. Then it kind of backed off in the midsection as we see Jack finishing.
At the end, this is the water angle for Robinson.
Wow, what a drop. Straight into the barrel. And you saw that the barrel was half brown, half blue.
Silva will roll in on this next opportunity, drills the first turn. So much speed, hacks it. Third maneuver, he'll carve back into the power source. Such a lively backhand approach. Now he's slamming on the brakes. He wants more of the lip here. Searing cut back. He's looking to better a 6.93. Power hack again. Absolutely flying. Solid snap to slide once again. Not a...
And, you know, we're just saying great things about David, but the reality is the kid earned his spot in the final, and he's earning his spot in the lead right now, Joe. Beautiful combination on the outside, strong, aggressive. He just seems like he's the person that wants it the most at the moment.
So hungry, and his turns go from vertical when it's really steep out the back, but even in the carving moments, they're done with so much quickness. And
she unfortunately bowed out of the competition in Tokyo. Lost to Amuro Suzuki, and maybe that kind of rekindling her fire as we see Malia up and riding.
Big start there. Solid combination. When these surfers take off on waves that look a little bit small on the outside, what they hope for is that the wave grows down the line. Surf turkeys call it a grower.
I love the way this wave is lining up through that midsection. You can see how it runs off a little bit away from her small little tag, Chris, and it is going to be a big ending maneuver. It's a little bit thicker. This is going to be a great shot. So big tag from Malia. Sally still on the inside, carving.
Look at how perfect that little wedge is on the inside.
Well, like Isabella Nichols after her free surf this morning said, this is not a contest, this is a dream. And I would have to agree with her. Look at Malia still working her way. So size of wave, very similar on that inside section, Chris. A little bit of hesitation on that first float, but then does a good job with that last maneuver.
I think she threw the AI sign right there at the end of that wave. Love to see it. 1:19 to go. Sally Fitzgibbon's score comes through. It's a 7-point ride. AI forever. Has intent to catch this wave. And she does. Stephanie Gilmore. Nice little drainer from the outside. Quick snapping turn there. If you want to surf better, study what Stephanie Gilmore does. Watch her arms. Watch her midsection. Watch every movement. Because in terms of style, technique, not a lot of people in the history of this sport do it better than Steph. Solid finish there.
More aggression from Steph. Wave a little bit smaller than those bigger set waves we saw, almost losing that bottom turn on that first section. Pushing a little bit harder. Steph clicking into her dark side as we see a little bit more coping on that section. Really appreciated that turn, and then a nice click with the lift.
Oh, you're seeing one of the all-time greats on a point break, firing at Barra de la Cruz, 7-time world champ. Lights up the first section with the rail, that DHT. 2 carves to start. Incredibly glassy and a perfect size for the sandbank here at Barra de la Cruz. Keeping a steady pace, nothing out of the park just yet. But just steady carve work. There's a clean snap for Gilmore. Needs a 5.87 for the lead. This end section giving her a bit more. A hard finish, and she keeps her board on top. 32nd career win. What'd you think, Mitch?
Yeah, great wave, Joe. Beautiful selection. A medium-sized one, but I thought it was great execution of her priority use right here. Beautiful combination on the outside. I love this roundhouse cutback. Repositioning herself. Once again, a little hiccup right there, but look at this inside track. Right next to the white water the whole time. Great positioning. Now she gets the variation going. Goes up into the lip. I thought that maneuver selection was crucial because that backwash almost knocked her off at this point. And great execution right at the end, just to keep her composure. One of the greatest athletes of all time.
25 left in the final, and Malia Manuel needs an 8.83. Here she goes. The Hawaiian loves a good vertical section. 2 of those out of the way. Why not a third? Moving quickly from snap to snap, staying incredibly vertical. And now starting to throw down those cutbacks. Using that priority for this wave. And a very consistent lip to hit. And throwing a lot of verticals, and she'll stay on her feet at the end. Malia was able to go straight up.
Point of difference, Joe. Beautiful execution right there. Busted the fins outside 2 times in a row. As difficult as it gets. And then just went to town. This wave offered up section after section. And look at her positioning right next to the foam ball. In the pocket the whole time. This angle really shows how much power she was putting into every maneuver. And most importantly, gets a strong